Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title, I'm just going to be talking about why I started being vegan and why I stopped. So the main reason why I wanted to be vegan was for health reasons. I used to have really bad menstrual periods and cramps. Like, they were so bad to the point where I would pass out, throw up. I had really bad back pain, cramps in my legs. It would last forever. Like one time it was a whole month, even longer. And I was like, okay, something isn't right. I need to get checked out because this is not okay. And this was years ago. I mean, even in my 20s, it was kind of happening, not as long, but especially like with the bleeding, it was very heavy. I would have to change out my pads every 30 minutes and it would be like the heavy duty ones. Like, it was insane. So that's the main reason I, just kind of wanted to try it. So yeah, it was really bad. So I decided to go to a naturopathic doctor and she was so nice. I wish I can go to her. But I ended up moving cross country. But anyway, she was so sweet, so nice. She really took her time with me, very knowledgeable. She even wrote a whole diet plan for my body type. We did blood tests, all of that. Like, I've never had a doctor that cared so much and, really went in detail. And it's just amazing. I wish there were more doctors out there like her. But anyway, I can just go over some of the things she told me to eat and some of the things to avoid. She didn't tell me to be vegan. She actually still told me to, have meat, fish, all of that, just, avoid certain kinds. And, if I were to go vegan, just make sure I'm eating a lot. Like, I'm, 5 times a day, snacking in between. With my body type, I have a high metabolism. So I'm burning calories quick, and I also exercise. So yeah, I need to make sure. But with the diet plan that she gave me, it did incorporate meat and fish and all of that. But let's start with oils. So some of the oils she told me to avoid was, like trans fat, vegetable fat, and vegetable shortening. She said those are very unhealthy to eat. Make sure you're reading labels because a lot of those things could be in like cookies, crackers, peanut butter, popcorn, potato chips, tortilla chips, non-dairy creams, and things like that. And then some good oils she said I can have was extra virgin olive oil, safflower oil, coconut oil, vegan butter. I love using Earth Balance. And I still use it even though I'm not vegan anymore. I love using extra virgin olive oil. I use that for everything. Really good. So she said always, use whole grains, and then also try limiting it, especially if you have like a gluten allergy. I don't, but if you are going to eat bread, make sure it's 100% whole wheat or whole grain bread, brown or wild rice. If you like hot cereals, do the like the unsweetened kind and just sweeten it yourself. There's cream of rice or wheat. Don't use the sweet instant packets. If you're gonna do cold cereals, make sure that they're whole grain and sugar free. Let me see. Oh, and then eat lots of vegetables, especially like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, radishes, cabbage, onions, garlic. There's so many on here. She said dark leafy greens. Now, eating vegetables is something that was never a problem for me. I love eating vegetables. My mom, we grew up juicing fruits and vegetables, so that's just something that was always a part of me. And as you can see here on my channel, I always juice. I still do it today in my life, and I thank my parents for that. And I'm always snacking on radishes. I love radishes. That's actually my favorite vegetable, radishes and cabbage, just to munch on, and also broccoli. But yeah, other than that, I just love to juice it or steam it, especially if it's like spinach or kale or something like that. If it's spinach or kale, I'll steam it together. And then other than that, I'll juice it. You've seen it on my channel, but I'll juice it with apples and all that stuff, and I'll make 34, 62 ounces, or I mean 64 ounces or 32 ounces. Protein. So we're gonna talk about meat. So the meat, she said game meat and or organically grown meat is best to have for me. She said the best is grass-fed or grass-finished meat. Roasting or baking is the healthiest way to prepare it. Frying and barbecuing are the worst. Avoid high processed meat products like hot dogs, sausages, pepperoni, bacon, bologna, salami, and beef jerky. Substitutes for if you didn't want to have meat, there's beans, peas, lentils. You can make, bean patties and stuff for burgers. They're really hard to find. It's really hard to find like a good bean patty. A lot of them I tried wasn't that great, except for Clean Eats. They had some really, really good burgers. Oh, you can also use like raw nuts, like, walnuts, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, cashews, pecans, almonds, and Brazil nuts. There are nut butters, almond butter, cashew butter. They're amazing. I love using that for like peanut butter and jelly instead of like regular peanut butter sometimes. And also she mentioned soy products. So soy for me isn't really good. It makes my periods worse. It may be different for others, but she just, told me to avoid a lot of that. What else? Oh, soy and dairy alternatives. There's unsweetened almond milk. I love drinking almond milk. I don't drink regular milk. I can't even remember the last time I had regular milk. But yeah, almond milk is the best. Actually, I really want to try oat milk. I haven't done that yet. Fish. So she said I can have that, and that would be great for me. She told me to avoid tuna because it's just not great due to high environmental toxins. So yeah, she told me to not eat that. And I love salmon. She said I can have that. That's really good. But if you're gonna do that, she told me to not get the one that says farmed salmon, aka Atlantic salmon. So I avoid that. And then for eggs, she said make sure it's organic. The omega-3 eggs, I can get it at Trader Joe's, Sprouts, and other places. Yeah, I'm not gonna read the whole thing because there's a lot. She gave me a huge packet. We also talked about like sugary food. She said I can at least have 1 to 2 a week. So just pick, like, for example, Sundays and Wednesdays, and then avoiding sweets on the other 5 to 6 days. So there's balance. So yeah, I mean, that was working great for me. It was going well, and then I kind of just fell off track, but and then she also prescribed me some herbs to take every single day to help with my menstrual cramps and all of that, and just kind of slowing down the blood flow a little bit. So that really helped. And then years later, I decided to take it a step further and just try vegan, even though she didn't really say I had to do it. I just kind of wanted to try it and see. I watched so many videos on it. It was just very intriguing. I know people that have done it and they loved it. They loved the way it made them feel. So I just thought I'd give it a try, and I started last year and I really liked it. It was definitely interesting. You have to be creative. There are a lot of pros and cons I experienced. I did feel great. I felt lighter. As far as the cons go, I didn't really like eating the same thing all the time, and that's what I mean by being creative. Try looking up a lot more different recipes, just making new things. That way you're not tired of the same thing. And so within that year, I felt really good. I feel like slowly but surely my period cramps and like the bleeding was starting to slow down and like go away. Not the bleeding going away, but like the cramping starting to, I don't know, I just felt like my body was kind of healing. The year before I went vegan, I was actually eating less meat, just pretty much following the diet plan that my doctor told me to do, because she said I can have meat. She just said that, to not eat it every single day, avoid red meat and all of that stuff. But yeah, I felt great. I feel like that my body was slowly starting to heal itself. It was taking a long time, but I felt the effects. And I would say within the 6th, 7th month of being vegan, I started noticing a drastic change, especially, you know, juicing a lot and all of that. My periods were like going back to normal. Like it wasn't lasting 3 months. It started going from like a month to 3 weeks to 2 weeks to 1 week to 3 days. And right now it goes from about like 3 to 5 days, which I'm okay with that. It's better than a month, but it's just crazy. Also, another thing that I felt really helped was changing my pads. And that's something that I've also done a lot of research on. There's this article talking about, you know, how how companies put a lot of chemicals in feminine products and it's causing a lot of problems. There's this website called womensvoices.org, and it just pretty much kind of talks about that and, you know, how to avoid it, what companies can do, and also, you know, some products to avoid and what to look out for and things like that. I strictly use organic natural pads, and when I started changing that, I've noticed a huge difference, and it wasn't immediately. I've noticed change maybe within like 2 years or so, because using the regular ones with like the blue with, you know, all those chemicals, I've noticed that I was getting like a rash or some type of allergic reaction from it. And I've also read that it can, you know, cause problems and, you know, make your periods worse. So I decided to just, you know, get rid of it and try something new. So I actually use this here. There's other brands out there like 7th Generation. That brand is really good as far as feminine products go. This one's by doesn't really have a name, but the packaging looks like this. And I got this from Target. So they have like thin, extra long, overnight, ultra thin pads. They even have like liners that you can get as well. But yeah, ever since I've changed to those and using 7th Generation and that brand, my like, it's just been a life changer. So I really feel like that was also like one of the main causes of, you know, my bleeding and my horrible menstrual cramps. So yeah. Okay, so why I stopped. So the reason why I stopped being vegan was because I wasn't eating as much as I should have. You know, I have a high metabolism, you know, I'm always working. I work a lot, and you know, I even exercise, which with my body type, and I understand why my doctor gave me, you know, this whole diet plan to follow, because you know, I burn calories fast and you know, I need to eat. And even though I'm eating, you know, healthy items, even though I'm eating healthy food, it's not really healthy to not eat as much. Like I can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snack in between, but if I'm not, you know, portioning my meals correctly together, it's not healthy because I'm not getting the right amount of protein and nutrition that I'm supposed to get daily. So it's just a lot easier for me to just consume, you know, the meat and fish, you know, in my meals, you know, not having it be the main portion, but you know, just a little bit, enough to get my protein intake and calories intake every single day that my body needs. Also, I didn't really enjoy myself as far as like going out to restaurants. I love having variety. I love having options. There wasn't many options for me, which I didn't really like. I didn't really, you know, want to have soup and salad all the time, or like the same vegan burger that they offer. It just wasn't for me. Now, It is a hit or miss. Some places are really, really good. Some is just really not that great. My favorite place is Clean Eats. They have the best vegan burger I've ever had. Their fries are great, top notch. But yeah, when I go out, you know, I want to have a steak. I want to have, you know, my chicken wings and all of that. I want to enjoy myself. I don't mind eating plant-based when I get home, but when I go out, I want to get whatever I want to get, you know. And that's what I'm gonna do. And I feel better about it. Like, I feel good. You know, I'm still following, you know, the diet plan that my doctor told me to get. You know, I'm just sticking to organic meat. I love Trader Joe's. They have great options, amazing options for me. Yeah, they're amazing. And they don't really have a lot of like GMOs and, you know, genetically modified stuff. They're very natural, organic, which I do like. And also, if I do ever go back, I will definitely do more research and just kind of experiment more in the kitchen. But right now, I'm just going to go with my original plan as far as sticking to the diet plan that my doctor gave me, and also continuing to use my natural organic pads, because I truly feel like that was, you know, 70% of the problem. I feel great. And of course, you know, I mean, I still have cramps and stuff, but it's definitely not to that extent as it was before. I never want to experience that again. It was horrible. But yeah, I experienced cramps the most. I mean, it'll be like a day or 2 or 3 at most. I'm still not able to like go to work and stuff because it's, you know, very uncomfortable. But it doesn't last like for like a month or weeks or anything like that, and the bleeding is definitely not as heavy. I can even show you like the size of the pads that I use now, and it's not even as thick compared to what I used to use before. It's very, very thin. The other one was like that thick. Crazy. I just can't believe that I used to go through those every 30 minutes, like, and it was soaked. And using these now, you know, like, especially changing to natural cotton organic pads, I don't even soak through these, and they're thin. Like, it's amazing. And this is the ultra thin extra long overnight. So if you want to try them, Target. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this helps you guys. And also, if you do plan on being vegan, go for it. You know, you may love it and you may stick to it. It's not for everybody, and it's also not for everyone's body type. So just try it. You may love it, you may hate it. Just go for it. You never know unless you try. And also, as far as like menstrual healing goes, everyone's body is different. Make sure you go to your doctor to just kind of figure out what's going on. I know there's surgery to you know, fix that problem. I was diagnosed with menorrhagia. I know there's like surgeries and stuff you can do, but I don't like surgery. No, it just scares me. I'd rather go the natural route and just try to figure it out, which I am so thankful for my naturopathic doctor. So make sure you find a doctor you trust and love, and that really cares and that really wants to help. Everything that I mentioned in this video may not work for you. This is just what has worked for me and what my doctor recommended for me to do for my body type. So what may work for me may not work for you. But I really hope that it brings light and hope as far as healing your menstrual cramps. You know, if you have painful period cramps like I did. And I truly feel like, you know, I'm still healing and I feel great. I'm just gonna continue sticking to doing what I'm doing and, you know, continue to juice. I mean, I'm still gonna eat, you know, plant-based, just not every single day. you know, I don't have a problem doing that. I just like to have my meat on the side, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if you're in the same boat as I am, don't feel bad, it's okay. It's life, you just gotta figure out and do what's best for you. And really all you can do is just do the best you can. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Also, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It really means a lot to me. And I always say this in every video, but please always remember to be comfortable in your own skin and embrace the essence of you. Bye guys, I will see you in my next video. Mwah.